Moving to the last topic of Module 4, that is Drupal. In this video, we are dealing with Introduction to Drupal, installation, architecture of Drupal, some components like main menu, blocks and regions. Drupal is a free and open source content management system which allows us to organize, manage and publish our content. Drupal is reliable and secure CMS which is built on PHP and used to develop millions of applications and websites. Drupal is carried out under GNU license. That means everyone has the freedom of downloading and sharing it with others. Drupal is used for developing millions of sites such as whitehouse.gov, World Economic Forum, Stanford University, Examiner.com, etc. The initial release of Drupal was on 18th May 2000 by the founder Dries Buytaert. We can download different versions of Drupal from the website www.drupal.org. Based on the market share statistics, the most popular content management is WordPress, which is used over 28% of all websites on the internet, and by 59% of all websites using a non-content management system is Joomla and Drupal. These are some of the features of Drupal. Drupal makes it easy to create and manage your site. It translates anything in the system with built-in user interfaces. Drupal connects your website to other sites and services using feeds, search engine connection capabilities, etc. As we know, Drupal is an open source software, so no need of any licensing cost. Drupal designs highly flexible and creative website with effective display quality which increases visitors to the site. Drupal can publish your content on social media such as Twitter, Facebook, etc. It provides more number of customizable themes. That means you can design your theme based on the base themes available in Drupal. Drupal manages content on informational sites, social media sites, member sites, intranets and web applications. Next is advantages of Drupal. Drupal is a flexible content management system that allows handling any kind of contents or any type of contents like videos, text, blog, menu handling, real-time statistics, etc. It provides a number of templates for developing web applications. So, no need to start anything from the scratch. Drupal is easy to manage or create blog or website. It helps to organize, structure, find and reuse the content. Drupal provides some interesting themes and templates which gives your website an attractive look. More than 7,000 plugins is available in Drupal to boost your website. Since Drupal is an open source, you can create your own plugins. Next is the disadvantages of Drupal. Actually, Drupal is not a user-friendly interface. We require advanced knowledge and few basic things about the platform to install and modify. Drupal is a new content management system, so it is not compatible with other softwares. The performance of Drupal is low compared to other CMS applications. The website which is built using Drupal will generate big server loads and will never open with slow internet connection. These are the system requirements for Drupal. Drupal works with PHP 5.2 Plus and MySQL 5.1 Plus. It supports web servers like WAMP, LAMP, XAMPP, MAMP, Nginx, Microsoft IIS. It supports cross-platform operating system. The browsers are Internet Explorer 8 Plus, Firefox, Google Chrome, Safari and Opera. A valid security certificate is required for HTTPS, that is SSL, Secure Socket Layer. Next is installation of Drupal. We can download the latest version of Drupal from the website www.drupal.org. Drupal requires MySQL database. So create a new empty database as shown here. Before going to the installation steps, you make sure that you extract the downloaded zip file of your Drupal software to a folder inside the htdocs folder of your SAM server. Then open any web browser, type localhost/folder name, the name which you set for the folder that holds Drupal software inside htdocs folder. Then the first window will appear to choose your language. Here, set English as your language, then click Save and Continue. After that, the second window will appear to select an installation profile. Select Standard and click Save and Continue. Then the third window of Requirements Review will appear. Here, you should go through these details, that is the web server, PHP extensions, etc. At the bottom of the window, click Continue Anyway. After that, the window for database configuration will appear. Here we have to provide some information related to database, that is database type MySQL MariaDB, database name as Drupal, that is the name of the database that I created for working with Drupal. Then database username, which is root, and database password is empty. Click on advanced options. Here set the host as localhost, port number 3306. Put the table name prefix as empty. Then click Save and Continue. After that, the installation window of Drupal will appear, which indicating the progress of installation. Then a window to configure site will appear. Here we have to provide some information like site name, which is the name of our website, site email address, username, password, email address, and inside regional settings option, we have to set the default country and time zone. Put tick on check for updates automatically and receive email notifications. After that, click Save and Continue. Then the welcome page of our website will appear. This is the login page of our website. Next is Drupal's architecture. The architecture of Drupal contains different layers such as user, administrator, Drupal, PHP, web server, and database. Users layer includes users on the Drupal community. The user sends a request to a server using Drupal CMS, web browsers, search engines, etc. They act like clients. Administrator can provide access permissions to authorized users and he can block unauthorized access. Administrative account will be having all privileges for managing content and administering the site. Next layer is Drupal, which is a free and open source CMS that allows us for organizing, managing and publishing our content and which is built on PHP based environments. It is very flexible and powerful and can be used for building large complex sites. It is very easy to interact with other sites and technologies. Next is PHP. Drupal uses PHP to work with an application which is created by the user. It takes the help of web server to fetch data from the database. PHP memory requirements depends upon modules which are used in our website. Web server is a server in which the user interacts and processes requests via HTTP and serves files that form web pages to web users. The communication between user and the server takes place using the protocol HTTP. You can use different web servers such as Apache, IIS, Nginx, etc. Database stores the user information, content and other required data of the site. It used to store the administrative information to manage the site. Drupal uses the database to extract the data and enables to store, modify and update the database. Next is the main menu component of Drupal. Menus are very important to easily navigate in your website. Menus offers a set of links that helps you to navigate. The Drupal main menu component allows you to add, remove and rename the menus and menu items. These are the steps for creating menu in Drupal. First, click on Structure in the user interface. Then Menus, as shown in the screenshot. Then a Menus window with an Add Menu button and list of existing menus will appear. Here, in this window, click on Add Menu button. Then a window to add menu will appear. Here we have to provide some informations like title of the menu and a brief description about the menu. Then click Save. Then the following screen will get displayed. Here we have to define the path link for our created menu page. So click on Add Link. Then the Add Menu link window of our created menu, which is first menu, page get displayed as shown here. In this window, we have to provide some menu link information such as menu link title, link, description, parent link, that is the name of created menu, weight, then click on Save. These are the fields of Add Menu Link window. Menu link title specifies the name of the menu item. Path specifies the URL path of the page which you want to display. Description includes a brief description about the menu link. Enabled enables the item to display on menu. Shows expanded includes if the menu consists of sub-menus, then it will be displayed under the parent menu item. Parent link sets the main structure of menu. Weight sets the order of menu items. After saving the menu link details, the following screen will pop up. If we want to see our created menu, click on Structure, then Menus. Then the following screen will appear. We can see the created first menu name in the list of menus. Next is blocks and regions of Drupal. Blocks such as user login are container objects that are used to organize your content of your website. It can be displayed in the regions such as header, footer, sidebar on your web page. To create blocks and regions, first click on Structure, then Block Layout as shown in the figure. Then Block Layout page get displayed. Here click on Demonstrate Block Regions Bartik. Bartik is the default user-facing theme in Drupal 8 and default administrative theme is 7. When we click on Demonstrate Block Region Bartik, this page will appear, which shows the different regions such as secondary menu, header, sidebar, footer, etc. These are the blocks belongs to the regions in our site. If we want to assign a block to a region, just click the Place Block button. You will get the list of available blocks. Locate the region in the list and click Place Block next to it. The Place Block window appears, listing all the blocks as shown in the screenshot. Locate the block and its location, then click Place Block next to it. Then the Configure Block window appears. In this window, fill the fields like title, which is the name of the block, as user login. Put tick on display title, then set region as secondary menu, then click Save Block. This will redirect to block layout page as shown in the second screen, which highlights our newly created block user login. To create a custom block, first click on Custom Block Library in the block layout page. Then a block page will get displayed as shown here. In this screen, click on Add Custom Block. Then the Add Custom Block window will appear. Enter the block description, that is the name of custom block. Here I set name as my new block. Then click Save. The new custom block, that is my new block, get displayed in the custom block library. which is shown here in the screen. We can continue the remaining topics on next video. Thank you.